Hello, this is a short video to have a look at the two important PowerShell commands, the import-csv and the export-csv. Those two commands are used to process CSV files with PowerShell. Before we proceed, I use the PS version table to check the PowerShell version. As you can see, I'm using PowerShell 7. Hopefully you will have the same version, but it should work on older version too. I have also prepared a dummy CSV file called hosts.csv. It contains 4 rows of data which store the hostname and its corresponding IP. To import CSV, we use import-csv command. For this command, you have to provide the path and the file name as basic. In our case, the file name is the host.csv. and the path is the current directory. The import-csv command creates a PS custom object from the items in CSV file. Each column in the CSV file becomes a property of the custom object, and the items in the rows become the property values. Once the import CSV is completed, normally you will use a PowerShell variable to store the import PS object. Here I have used a variable called import-data. And give the file name the path. As this variable contains the collection of PS objects, and you can browse through each PS object by its index number. For example, the first item with index 0, and you can access the property value of this PS object by the name of the property. So, for example, the hostname and also its corresponding IPs. Alternatively, you can use a for loop to loop through the items, such as listing all the host names. So what we can do is for each item import. So what we want to do is write output item dot hostname. Now let's have a look at the export CSV. This is a very useful tool for reporting or store data on disk for future use. Export CSV converts the PS custom objects to a series of CSV strings. We will use the variable import the data we have created earlier as a collection of the PS object to use. To use the command, we first define what we want to export, and we pipe to the export.csv file, and we have to specify the directory and the file name. In this case, we will use the current directory, and the host out file will be host_output.csv. So we can have a look at the file we have created. Get content.host_output.csv. As you can see, the PS custom object has been exported to a CS file which is stored on disk. Now you can use different denominator for this CSV file with the denominator switch. However, for most cases, you probably won't need this. Again, you look at get content of this host file, host_output.csv. You can see the CSV file has been generated using different denominator.